Hey, good morning everyone. So I built my mock-up on my last video, and today has been 24 hours since I filled it up with water. And this is the test with the Ardex X-5, so I kind of wanted to show you some progress here. So this is 24 hours after I filled it up with water. So, okay, so flipping it around here. And just a few observations. So first off, I want to show my pencil line. So the water level has dropped, I'm going to say almost an 1/8 inch. And I did let it sit for, before I made that pencil mark, it was probably 3 or 4 hours after I filled it up. So I kind of let it get the initial soak on the thin set that was exposed. But this morning when I came in, which was shocking to me, was see that dark line that's behind my Kerdi band? So I didn't use gray thin set, and that's not on the surface. It doesn't feel moist at all. So what I'm assuming is that's moisture behind the band. And you can see the capillary action kind of taking place, which happened with the Latacrete 317. But the Ardex, really, I could tell right away it was really soaking up the water. You can see in this corner how much the water has drawn up the wall, and you can kind of see it right here, and then it looks like it kind of comes right here and then behind the band. So in 24 hours, come on, focus in. There we go, sorry about that. In 24 hours, that is how much capillary action behind the band. Again, I don't know for 100%, but that's what it looks like, don't it? So that means we have like a good 3.5 inches of capillary action going in 24 hours. So I might not even let this sit the 7 days that everybody has kind of chimed in on. I think 7 days this whole thing will be it'll be a mess. You know, I've done enough of this testing now to kind of have some predictions of what's going to happen. In all honesty, this isn't my first test with Ardex. My very first mock-up build with a 7-day soak was done with Ardex, and the results were pretty terrible. The whole thing had failed, and that's what really got this started. But I didn't want to put that test out on my YouTube for Schluter's sake and my sake until I understood what was going on a little bit better. But what it looks like to me is the Ardex, and I had a conversation with Sal about this. Yeah, I'll flip it around here. So yeah, I had a conversation with Sal about the Ardex, and he had seemed to think, you know, and this is totally unscientific stuff, so just take it for what it is. But Sal's a pretty smart guy, and he's done a lot of this stuff. That Ardex, because of its lightweight properties, may act more like a sponge, be more prone to capillary action. So anyways, that was the very first test I did. You guys haven't seen that video. Again, I just showed it to a few people, but I am replicating it here. I wanted to use the Ardex and just see, because at least in our area they have at least the tile shops, and I don't know if it ever came straight from Schluter. They know about it though. You know, you could ask any one of your territory managers if you can use Ardex on their products, and they'll probably say, well, you know, you can, but you didn't hear it from me, or some kind of stuff like that. Especially now that they make their own thin sets. Of course they're going to want us to use their own thin sets, but it's pretty well known that Ardex can and would work with Kerdi and Ditra because of the chemical cure properties. But I think what they haven't really figured in is what lightweight thin set does as far as capillary action. So this test is kind of showing that, and again, we're 24 hours in. So yeah, we're 24 hours in, and it seems to really be wicking badly and acting like a sponge. So I may tear into this a little bit early to just see what happens, or I might let it sit the full 7 days so we can really see what kind of damage would happen if it was filled up for 7 days.